Hi everybody, and welcome in on a Friday to our end of the week edition of the news on this 22nd day of March. The bill to name a section of Highway 25 in honor of an assistant principal at Campbell County High School has passed. The community rallies around teenager cancer patient Caitlin Norman, and a local nationwide insurance agent receives a service award. These stories and more coming up on your news at 5:30.
About a year or so ago, when they were doing the construction we were looking at, I was approached by friends of Ken Bruce, and there's a lot of them out there, believe me. Everybody that knew Ken liked him, and I felt the same way about him too. They approached me with the idea of naming the bridge. Of course, at that time the bridge was under construction, and we thought, with the new bridge it might be a great idea, but it was named after J. Will Taylor, a former congressman that has ties to the area. So this year I started looking at a different way that we could honor Ken in his memory and what all he did to for our community. And so I came up with the idea of just naming a section of the highway there, particularly the school zone there, where people are slowing down to go to school and see his name and remember what he did for our country as being a veteran, and then also for our community for what he did. We were really fortunate to have him in our school system.
Powers says it will likely be sometime in May before the signs are erected and the highway is dedicated in memory of Ken Bruce. He also expresses thanks to an anonymous WLAF TV viewer who donated the money to have the signs created. Powers says TDOT will erect the signs at no charge. Local residents are painting Campbell County green today in honor of cancer patient Caitlin Norman, a student at Campbell County High School. Caitlin, whose favorite color is green, has unveiled a bucket list that folks in the community are helping to fulfill. The list includes attending prom, a first kiss, a motorcycle ride, and a trip to Italy. A special prom for Caitlin will be held Tuesday, March 26th at the Stables east of La Follette. Following the prom, members of the community are encouraged to participate in a candlelight vigil at 8 p.m. along Fincastle Road between the Stables and Highway 63. A special fund has already been set up at Y12 Federal Credit Union to help Caitlin complete her bucket list. 100% of the proceeds from the sale of green bows at Petals of Grace Florist in Jacksboro and t-shirts at Ayers Auction and Real Estate will go to Caitlin's fund. The folks at Petals of Grace are turning out pin-on ribbons, car ribbons, mailbox and house ribbons as fast as the orders come in. The t-shirts at Ayers Auction sold out in 30 minutes earlier today, but they hope to get another batch in soon. For the first time in the history of nationwide insurance, an agent from the South Central region earned the company's National Community Service Award. La Follette's Gary Gray is this year's honoree. Gray, a nationwide employee and agent for 33 years, has dedicated his career to counseling customers on their insurance and financial service needs. Gray dedicates much of his time to a number of organizations around the area, including the Campbell County Baptist Association, Campbell County Planning Commission, Chamber of Commerce, and the Christian Academy of Campbell County. His involvement with these organizations has earned him the Nationwide Insurance Community Service Award. As a result, the CCBA Disaster Recovery Program will receive a $5,000 donation from Nationwide Insurance. Gray will also be featured on a wall of fame in the Nationwide corporate office in Columbus, Ohio. Gray's dedication has also led to sales success. Last year, many customers trusted Gray with their protection needs, leading to the following sales awards for him: President's Conference, Champion Conference, and Regional Personal Lines Agent of the Year. Gary Gray consistently drives for results and represents the true nature of Nationwide's most elite performers. He puts the customer at the heart of the business, challenging himself and those around him to deliver the on-your-side, personalized customer experience each and every day. Gary Gray is principal agent of the Gray Insurance Agency and has 3 offices in the area: in La Follette, across from the IGA, in Oneida, and in Oak Ridge. He has a staff of 12 full-time agents serving more than 8,000 customers. For 6 years in a row, a bill to ban mountaintop removal coal mining has failed in the Senate. Earlier this week, we reported that the Tennessee Conservation Union, also known as TCU, came out in opposition to mountaintop mining in Tennessee. TCU Chairman Lloyd Doherty told WLAF that the Obama administration has left no stone unturned in an effort to make it difficult for America to utilize our own natural resource of coal while allowing China to tap into our fossil fuels to keep the lights on and the profits flowing in China. Miners from East Tennessee and Campbell County Mayor William Baird were on hand to show their opposition to the bill. Former La Follette Postmaster Jack Dyer has died. Dyer, a retired longtime veteran of the U.S. Postal Service, served as the postmaster at the La Follette Post Office during the 80s and 90s. He passed away Wednesday after a lengthy illness. William Jack Dyer was 73 years old. Join David Graham and Greg Brackett for today's home baseball game against Claiborne. That's right, David Graham and Greg Brackett will be right there. All the radio fun of the Cougars and Bulldogs begin at 5:45 over 1450 WLAF and on our web channel 1450WLAF.com. Anderson County won 8-1 over Campbell County yesterday at Clinton. And just in time for the weekend, Boomer's Corner is now open. Connect to 1450WLAF.com and enjoy Charles Boomer Winfrey's latest ramblings. This week, his keyboard ranges from the county commission to kids, so enjoy it. Okay, that's the news. We'll be right back with a press release from the Campbell County Sheriff's Department right after this. And 7 people have been booked into the Campbell County Jail in the past 24 hours. Jimmy Lee Davison, 25, of Clinton, second offense of driving on a revoked or suspended license, possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, violation of the Tennessee financial law, and violation of the seatbelt law. 23-year-old Sarah Lynn Goins of Evans Lane, La Follette, for driving while suspended. Darrell L. Hobson, 34, of Clarefield, for theft of property under $500 and vandalism. 29-year-old Stephen C. Huckabee of Toe String Road in Jacksboro, for burglary, domestic assault, and vandalism under $500. Jessica Lee Low, age 30, of Mount Perrin Loop in Jacksboro, for violation of probation. 30-year-old Amanda Lorene Rogers of High Street in Jellicoe, for violation of probation. And last today, Kimberly Stevenson, age 30, of Model Valley Lane in Clarefield for theft of property under $500. And that's a look at the news for today. Thank you for joining us for this end of the week edition. We want you to have a great weekend. Hope you enjoy it. Maybe it'll warm up just a little bit and we'll enjoy the weekend. We'll be back here with you again on Monday evening.
Happy birthday to you, and may all your dreams come true. Happy, happy birthday. Oh,
This is your birthday song.
celebration all night long.
Hey, Big Josh with you once again. We're going to do our birthdays and anniversary, and our birthday and anniversary club is brought to you by WLAF and Eastside Pizza and Deli, located in the Food Line Center. Today's birthdays: Gerald Ray Kugler turned 68 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Gerald. And Betty Douglas is celebrating today. Happy birthday, Betty. Brenda Russell having a birthday today. Brenda, happy birthday to you. And Mildred Weldon is 88 today. Happy birthday to you, Mrs. Weldon. And we want to tell you now, if you're celebrating your birthday or your anniversary, and for some reason we don't have your name on our list, well, the only way you can qualify to be in the drawing on Fridays is if we have your name in here, okay? And we want to congratulate this week's winners. Leanna Nelson had a birthday yesterday, and Leanna, you have won a birthday dinner for two from WLAF and Eastside Pizza. And our anniversary winner had Tammy and Larry Inman. They celebrated on Wednesday, and we want to tell you that you guys have won an anniversary dinner for two from WLAF and Eastside Pizza and Deli. So you see how that goes. Get your name in here, will you, so we can put your name on our list and you'll be eligible for the drawing. Well, the weekend is here, and I've said enough. Good Lord willing, I'll see you Monday.
Tomorrow your family may have to make a major purchase. It may cost thousands of dollars and involve many personal choices. Family and friends will talk about it for years to come and are going to wonder if they made the right decision. At CrossSmith Funeral Home, we have helped thousands of families make these decisions during some of the most difficult times in their lives. This is why we offer funeral planning, which is funded through policies at CrossSmith Funeral Home. Planning your funeral before the need arises makes sense. Call today at 562-7441. CrossSmith Funeral Home of La Follette.
A memorial service for Mrs. Phyllis Dean Silas Dozier of Speedwell will be held on Saturday, March 23rd at 2 p.m. at the Speedwell Academy Baptist Church with Gary Mundy officiating. Mrs. Dozier passed away on February 25th, 2013 at her home. She was born on March 22nd, 1936 and lived most of her life in Ohio, where she had worked as a housekeeper in a nursing home and then retired. She is survived by her husband, Silas A. Dozier Sr. of Speedwell, her daughter, Debbie Rodenack, also of Speedwell, son, Silas A. Dozier Jr., Connie Lynn Kesterson Jackson, age 55, of La Follette, passed away Sunday, March 17th. She was of the Baptist faith. Preceded in death by husband, Robert Eddie Jackson, parents, James and Joel Goins Kesterson, brother, James C. Kesterson Jr., grandparents, Elmer and Grace Goins, and Raymond and Ora Kesterson, and nephew, Kelly Markham. Survived by brother, Danny Kesterson, sisters, Carol Markham and husband James, Donna Kesterson, Tammy Thomas and husband Benny, nephew, Jimmy Markham, nieces, Andrea Markham, Jamie Prater, Brooke Thomas, and Christy Muse and husband Jerry. Great nieces and nephews, Sean Markham, Gavin, Peyton, Madison, and Carter Muse, and special friend Chris Comer. A celebration of life will be held at 8 p.m. Thursday at CrossSmith Chapel. Reverend Johnny Dabney officiating. The family of Connie Lynn Kesterson Jackson will receive friends from 6 to 8 p.m. Thursday at CrossSmith Funeral Home. Arrangements by CrossSmith Funeral Home of La Follette.
Catherine Parks Wagner, Ph.D. Catherine Wagner went to heaven at Turkey Creek Medical Center on Thursday, March 14th after some years of poor health. She obtained her Ph.D. from the University of Tennessee at Knoxville in 1987. She initially worked for Ridgeview Hospital before entering private practice in Oak Ridge and La Follette. She is survived by her husband, Harry, and her son, Matthew. A Mass of Christian burial will be celebrated at St. Joseph Catholic Church in Norris on Sunday, March 24th at 2 p.m., with placement of her ashes in the church columbarium immediately after. The family of Catherine Parks Wagner will receive friends at the church 1 hour before the service and at the home afterwards. In lieu of flowers, memorial gifts may be made to the pastor's discretionary fund of St. Joseph Church. The family wishes to thank Dr. Bill Powers for his years of dedicated care and her female friends who supported her over those years. You may also view Catherine's guest book online at hatmakerfuneralhome.com. Hatmaker Funeral Home of Lake City is in charge of the arrangements.
Christine Williamston Low. Christine Low, age 90, of Caravel, passed away Thursday, March 21st. She was a member of Indiana Avenue Baptist Church. She was a loving mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and great-great-grandmother that loved spending time with her family. She loved sewing, taking care of her flowers, and listening to gospel music. She is preceded in death by her parents, Marty and Nanny Violet, along with brother Oliver Violet. Christine Low is survived by daughters and son-in-law Sandra and Bob Carroll, son Herschel Williamston, daughter-in-law Linda Gale Williamston, grandson and wife Jeff and Sherry Carroll, grandson Robert Carroll, granddaughter and husband Tina and Vaughn Becker, grandson and wife Herschel and Melissa Carroll, grandson Michael Green, grandsons Herschel Lee and Marty Williamston, grandson Bryant Barnes, along with great-grandchildren Brandon, Latasha, Jack Carroll, Tanisha and Skylar Carroll, Josh Cox, Andrew Wright, Jansen Phillips, Angela, Ashley, Tyler Williamston, and Gabby McCoy, and one great-great-granddaughter, Sophia Boroff, along with special friend Billy Duncan. Funeral services for Christine Low will be 8 p.m. Saturday at CrossSmith Chapel, with Reverend Ronnie Freeman officiating. Interment to follow at 11 a.m. Sunday at Baker's Forge. Family will receive friends Saturday from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. at CrossSmith Funeral Home. Arrangements by CrossSmith Funeral Home. Nancy Penny Johnson. Nancy Johnson, age 52, of La Follette, passed away Thursday, March 21st. She was a member of Ivydale Baptist Church. Preceded in death by husband James T. Johnson, parents James and Gladys Imogene Burns Bolin. Nancy Johnson is survived by daughters Michelle Johnson and Rebecca Marlowe, along with husband David, son Brock Johnson and wife Kathy, 11 grandchildren, sisters Tommy Sue Steakley and husband James, Tammy Bolin, and Nora Allen, brothers David Allen Johnson, Donald Johnson, Brandon Johnson, and Robert Allen and wife Stacy. Funeral services for Nancy Johnson are scheduled for 7 p.m. Friday at CrossSmith Chapel, with Reverend Kenny Allen officiating. Family will receive friends from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. Friday at CrossSmith Funeral Home. Arrangements by CrossSmith Funeral Home.
Patricia Ann Morris, age 53, of La Follette, passed away at her home Thursday, March 21st. She was a member of the 13th Church of God. She enjoyed working in her flower bed, scrapbooking, and going to yard sales. Trish was a bright, beautiful person inside and out, and she will be truly missed by all of her family who loved her so much. She was preceded in death by her mother, Charlotte Moore, grandmothers Dolly Linton and Martha Wiltshire, and grandfathers Alexander Moore and John Grady. She is survived by her husband Floyd Morris, father and stepmother Clarence and Vina Moore, brothers and sisters Diana Henderson, Melinda and Jeff Bratcher, Sherry and Chris Wildman, Daniel and Regina Moore, Melissa Monday, and Kelly and John Barker, and several nieces and nephews, and many friends. Visitation for Patricia Ann Morris will be held Sunday, March 24th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Martin Wilson Funeral Home. The funeral service will follow at 8 p.m. with Reverend James Leach and Reverend Bill Braden officiating. Interment will be Monday, March 25th at 9 a.m. at the Baker's Forge Cemetery. Mrs. Morris's guest book can be viewed at www.martinwilsonfuneralhome.com. Martin Wilson Funeral Home of La Follette is in charge of the arrangements.